What's up, ladies and gents? Random Guy I'm here with another review on Transformers Combiner Wars Voyager class Stunticon leader Motormaster. It's box time. Anyways, this is your Combiner Wars Voyager packaging. It has a big, bold picture of Motormaster's face. It says Combiner Wars. It says Motormaster trademark. He is 3 of 5 of Menasor. You know, this big boy right here. Combiner Wars. Back of the box, you've got your pictures, your bio. So you just raise it up a bit more for the bio, so you can read the bio. Blah blah blah. Brute force tyrant, bleeding fear and hatred, teammates, and his combiner picture. Who you need for the combiner, Seguranza, and a bunch of warnings, flaming Autobot symbol with the little R in the corner, that little R in the corner, and ages 8 and up, so if you're 7 you're screwed. Oh, box. And inside that box you get this collector's card. And this collector's card contains character art. Sorry, I'm just wiping spit off my viewfinder. Character art that looks nothing like this. And I think this was the spawn of Lone Wolf. Oh, Lone Wolf. Your instructions. Oh, Lone Wolf. I won't be getting Lone Wolf. So here we have Motormaster. He is a repaint of Prime. He is a remold of Prime. And yeah, he's a pretty cool figure. They've done a lot of surface detail changing. These details right here weren't on the original Prime. The grill is different from Prime with a tiny Decepticon symbol. Yeah, little headlights done in that metal flake finish. He does have that same problem of the windscreen going this color, then just stopping on the sides. And this little bit of purple right here. Repro Labels will probably make a set. I will probably not pick that up, but I'll probably wait for the next TFCon to pick up a Repro Label set. Because they did have a Repro Label set for Drag Strip, but I don't know the cost. They had Repro Label sets for sale. Underside. You can tell where the arms, and these are the legs. And he's got wheels. They're completely black, no silver rims, and he rolls really well. He rolls really well. These are also different from Prime. These little wind vanes. He's very lackluster when it comes to paint, but hey. Next, for a size comparison, here's Galvatron. And as you can see, Galvatron's a bit taller, but Motormaster's a tad longer at the lower bumper. I don't know if you can see it, but I have them side to side, and the Motormaster's a tad longer at the bumper. And here he is with his... I'm moving the tripod a lot. Here he is with Off-Road, and here he is with Drag Strip. So far, it's a good-looking team. I can't wait for a Dead End and Breakdown. So that way I can have a complete Menasor, rather than like an armless Menasor. Anyways, speaking of arms, he has firearm. He has a gun. A silver gun. It's actually a nicely colored silver. No silver on the handle. That's sad. And he also comes with this sword. The sword. And they combine to make a bigger sword. The Menasor. And to store it, you see there's a tab on the gun, on the side of the gun right here. And a slot on the side of the gun. I meant sword, either side. You can just take it, plug it in, and you can store it between these two tabs. They don't rotate because they have these like little notches in there, and the pegs have a little slider, little track that they go through. so you can't move it or anything. Why would you? I don't know, but hey. The combined with the Menasor, you see a little handle here, has a tab, and you see on the back of the gun there's a slot with a hole with a slot. It's meant to go in one way. You just take it, and here you have the Menasor. The Menasor. I'm taking that. I'm trademarking it. And if anyone else has it trademarked, it's too late. I'm still trademarking it. It's my term. Menasor. Anyways, let's just transform him now. We'll start with the biggest part of transformation. Just flip these around, and they actually have some nice surface detail up on the underside. Anyways, with that crucial piece of transformation out of the way, we can transform him like regular Prime. So we'll just start with the side panel right here. We'll just take them. They plug into this tab, going into this little square gap next to the grill, and this tab going into this slot in the side. So after just do that, get out of the way. Separate the front, bring out the arms, the legs. We'll bend it at the knee, bend it at the hip, bring this whole assembly down, and orient the hips. Separate, bring out the feet, and we have our legs. Next, we are going to separate the whole arm section, this whole front section entirely, and the rear view mirror will serve as a tab into this slot, and we'll plug it to that slot. Rotate the grill and orient the elbows so they look like elbows. Same thing on the other side. As for this back stuff, we're just going to take the crotch, and there are tabs on his chest I'll plug into these slots on his crotch plate. That's the one way I found to store it. Anyways, next we're going to flip up this panel, and here we have Motormaster in his robot mode. He's a very nice robot mode. A lot of surface detail change as well, other than the head. He's got a nice head, I'll give him that. The face expression I've grown accustomed to. I gotten kind of used to it. Yeah, a lot of remolding. This whole chest section is remolded. The shoulders are remolded. I think these arms remain the same. I'm not sure. I'll look at pictures. And then everything from the waist down is just the same. But this whole back section's remolded. The gut section's remolded. I think the thighs are a tad different mold. I'm not sure. A lot has been done that I'm not aware of. But he's still very cool. Articulation-wise, his head can go a full 360. It will go up and down, and you can't really tilt it, but it's got a nice range of upward movement and no downwards movement, so it doesn't bother me. Shoulders do a full 360. They go outwards and inwards on a ratchet joint. Got a bicep swivel. You got an elbow joint, and this backwards joint, but that's more for a transformation to torso mode. No wrist swivels. He does have a waist joint. I've seen a picture of him being split at the waist, and I feel as if he would have benefited from a ratcheted waist. I don't know, that's just me. Hips, they go forward and back on a ratchet joint. They go outwards and inwards on a tight ratchet joint. This one's even tighter. That's a tight one. Thigh swivel, knee joint with more than 90 degrees of knee movement. And he has twinkle toes. Still, very cool figure. He cannot hold the Menasor. Just getting that out of the way right now. He can hold the gun, and he can hold the sword. And I've seen pictures of Motormaster where people utilize this tab to plug into the sword slot, the slot in the sword, and store the sword like that. It doesn't look too appealing in my opinion. I just throw the sword off to the side and just give him the gun. Or I'll just throw off both off to the side entirely. But for now, I'll just give him the sword as well. Now for comparison, here he is with Galvatron, and Motormaster's just a bit taller than Galvatron. And here he is with his squad. Here he is with Off-Road and Drag Strip. I'll just to be honest, Off-Road's still my favorite. Motormaster is good. Drag Strip's gotten meh. I like all three equally, but Off-Road's my favorite. With like Drag Strip, I have a problem with his like this ratchet joint right here for the combined mode. Motormaster, I feel a little weird about the waist. Like I feel like it's gonna break at some point. Off-Road, so far, nothing's been wrong. I mean, he does have a loose bicep swivel, but still, I like them all individually, but Off-Road's my favorite. But for Motormaster, he's a good figure. I recommend picking him up. Like if you want a complete Menasor, pick up Motormaster. If you don't want a complete Menasor, and you're just gonna go in for individual bots, all the bots mentioned, except for Galvatron, all the Combiner Wars figures are really good. I feel you should go in on them. You know, give them a taste. If they don't work for you, yeah, you can still do the third-party thing. Yeah. What's left to do is to get into torso mode. I'll just show off the torso mode. And I won't show him with the legs. I want to wait for a full I've got the M-Go tongue. I want to wait for a full gestalt video. I'm gonna make a full gestalt video. He'll already be in torso mode, but I'll just have these guys. I'll just show off the limb configuration for these guys and all that. So to get to torso mode, flip up the head, come around, rotate at the waist. I'm gonna get the arms out of the way. Rotate at the thigh, bring up the knee 2 clicks, bend the knee, bring this panel up. Now if you bring up this panel, you'll have the problem of, if I could just tab it in, you'll have the problem of his legs are going to be too short, too close, or too far. So I just leave the panel down and hope for the best. I just bring it out that 2 clicks and thus they stay at that 2 clicks. Now coming back here, we're going to rotate at the bicep, use this backwards elbow joint, and this tab will plug in to that slot right there. We got a full taste of the torso, and bring up the fist, the wrist, the fist wrist, the fist wrist. Same thing on the other side, by the way. And we're pretty much almost done. Bring down the crotch plate, I'll orient it, open up the chest, bring up the head on this whole panel, or bring up the horns. And here we have Menasor in torso mode. And he's a good looking torso, I'm not gonna lie. He's cool. Yeah. Head sculpt. There have been a lot of complaints about the face sculpt and how the head's not like G1 with the samurai horns, but he's got the horns of a Viking god. I don't mind it all that much. Is he better than Superion? Not really. He doesn't look better than Superion, but what would I know? He's got the Galvatron chest. He's got the pegs for blackjack, but I'm not gonna buy the blackjack, so I just close up the chest. And again, the remolding comes in. This head's remolded, this chest remolded, and I think that's about it. But still, Motormaster is a good example of how far in depth they'll go with surface detail changes. Yeah. Everything's good on this figure. Again, the hips are a problem. I won't be getting any upgrades. I mean, the wrists are kind of a problem for me as well, but I've gotten past that. But you know what? We're doing this right now. We're doing this right now. This video should have been over 3 minutes ago, but I'm going to show you just how big of a boy this Menasor can get. Okay. Sorry for the jump cut. Somebody was in need of my assistance. Now, with the drag strip, I want to show you what I'm talking about. The ratchet's so bad I have to use this to get it out. This Substrika thing. I just cram it up in here. I mean, listen how tight that ratchet is. I mean, this is fine. This is just bad. It's really tight. But hey. Now, we're going to take our limbless Menasor, and we are going to take our off-road end. Slide him in. We're going to take our drag strip, slide him in. And we have our Menasor completed. And, yeah, he's a big boy. He's a really big boy. Yeah, here he is with Galvatron. That's a pretty big boy. Bigger than Bruticus, definitely. The only way I can implement the Menasor is like this. Just waiting for the arms. You know, this is like the big problem. Like, I heard something. This is a big problem, like having an armless Menasor. It's like you really want the other two right away, but it's gonna be a while. Anyways, what kind of articulation can you get out of this? The head's on a ball joint, and this hinge right here. There's a hinge right here that allows for more upwards movement, and he's got a ball joint, so he's got a lot of head movement, a lot better than Superion. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like Menasor more because of the articulation levels. Skipping the arms, we get hips, thighs, knees, and feet. And I guess this could be Twinkle Toe. With drag strip, thigh, knee, and it's stuck in there. And now it's stuck like that. There we go. So yeah. Now, just to show off arm articulation quickly, we're going to take our good old friend drag strip. And this will just be a quick peek at how to get him into light hour mode. We're going to orient that tight ratchet this way. Take out the arms, rotate them up, and this little corner bit right here. I don't know if my camera will focus on it. This little corner bit right here is going to plug into this little socket. Oh yeah, we're going to extend the legs out. That'll serve as the elbows. Then we just rotate the arm at the bicep and bend it downward. That's going to be what the arm thing is. That's just for resting. That's just a resting point. Rotate it at the waist, and then the knees will serve as the elbow. Take the foot fist, bring it all out. We've all seen reviews on this. We all know how the hands work. And we just leg it in, and now we slide it. We just slide it. I don't know why it's so hard for me to slide under the arms. Anyways, yeah, we got the arms in. I'm not going to use off-road as an arm, mainly because his connections are fairly loose. I've tested it out. Anyways, arm articulation. Shoulders, shoulder, bicep, double elbows, wrist, finger, thumb, hand, finger, all the standards that a combiner should come with. And we're just going to take him out. And now we're just gonna, while I'm transforming him back into the robot, I'm just gonna talk about him as an individual. Again, good figure, has some has some, like, you know, some questionable QC, specifically with the waist. I feel like it's gonna separate at the waist at some point, and that won't be a good time for me, because I really like this figure. I recommend it. Again, if Combiner Wars should be a line that you should go into. But again, it's all in the matter of, are you a third party boy, or are you a Hasbro bro? Are you a Hasbro? Ha. Anyways, again, Motormaster, good figure. If you see him, pick him up. Don't skip out on a good figure. And see you later.